Hey! Hello? Are you... Oh, right. He was, apparently when he closes his eyes, he's like, I am a cat. Meow. Is he gonna plead insanity? This is it then, Mr. Naruhodo. Yes, it's time we put an end to this now. To the miserable curse that's been plaguing Mr. Natsume. To everything. And in my own small way, I shall do everything I can to help you. I always appreciate your help, Mrs. Sato. Suffering! Soseki! Selfish! Sidelined! Succotash! Ah! Good morning. Good morning! Good morning, local student, Mr. Naruhodo Esquire! Listen to you two, chatting away happily as if the main player of today's trial isn't here! You weren't responding! Why would you do that? Why? Oh dear. We didn't mean to cause offense, Mr. Natsume. I thought perhaps that because you had your eyes shut so tightly you were meditating, finding inner calm. It seemed wrong to disturb you. I was waiting! What's the matter, Mr. Natsume? You seem different somehow today. Why, naturally, that's because I've attained spiritual enlightenment. The path of literature, you see, is a journey to discover one's own dead. Are you saying that because you're a literature student caught up in 2 trials? Oh, such like. That's the sort of morning conversation I was hoping for. That's why I had my eyes shut. I missed the signs, I'm afraid. Somehow. You'll have to forgive me. Sorry. And you mustn't talk of your path leading to death, Mr. Natsume. Sorry, quick adjustments. That was just an example! Oh right, there it is. Inner calm. You barely came to see me at all yesterday. We did! You were a cat! I was sure you abandoned me and returned to your beautiful long-lost old land! We've not even been in Great Britain a week. Yeah, well, anyway. I intend to set everything straight in court today. I'm determined to uncover the truth. I've actually reached an important decision myself. Have you now? What sort of decision? I shall fill you in after the trial. What? Why not now? Alright. It would seem Mr. Sholmes isn't coming today after all. Yeah, he said he wouldn't be showing up. It's a very clever message, I think. My dear fellows, you must win this battle on your own merits. It's a very clear message, I think. That he overslept again. The great detective, my arch nemesis. Long may he stay away, if you ask me. Oh god, I thought it was him disguised as a bailiff. Defendant and your legal representative. The trial is about to begin. Make your way to the courtroom immediately. Today, once again, we face the Reaper. And when the Reaper stands for the prosecution, the defendant's fate is sealed. But I don't believe in that legend any more than I believe in Soseki-san's curse. The truth is hidden somewhere, and I won't let it escape me. I have to keep believing in my client and keep fighting to the very end. That's all. That's all, folks. What time? Will the trial start at 9:40? I'm so used to them starting at 10 in the older games. In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session. I call upon the counsels for the prosecution and defense to declare their willingness to proceed. Blood. The prosecution is ready. Yes, the defense is ready. Very good. And now I call upon the 6 ladies and gentlemen of the jury chosen by law to represent the will of the people on this trial. Are you ready to proceed? Didn't you just say they were picked from the previous trial? Like, not this case specifically. Absolutely. Justice will be done, you mock my words. I feel obliged to say, I feel especially ruthless on days when my hat is just sitting right. I don't know what accent I was doing there anymore. I wonder if you could just adjust my hat for me. And please, be as ruthless... He wants to date her, doesn't he? Thieves deserve to die, if you ask me. Especially gas thieves. I've no sympathy for the man at all. Wait a minute. Are we still talking about Shakespeare? Look, I said it yesterday and I'll say it again now. I don't have time for this. I got my own problems. May the Lord show us all the light here and lead his flock to a righteous verdict again today. Now, Lord Van Cheeks, what can you tell us? Dracula, we're calling you. Prosecution's report, please, for the court. In relation to the theory expounded by the defense yesterday regarding the defendant's tea. Oh yeah, so he has the results. That's not tea. Before the prosecution delivers the black news about the black tea belonging to the blackguard in the dock. Pray, allow me a moment to savor a liquid of a more sanguine hue. In fact, I'll defer to the good detective for the report. Here's to you, Inspector! Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. As indicated by the defense, we found a bar soaked just outside the victim's window in the snow. And there was indeed a frozen reddish liquid and a little depression on the top of it. And? That's what Mr. Natsume brought with him that night. Well, the brains at the yard and analyzed it, and yes, you're right. It was tea. And there wasn't a trace of strychnine or any other toxic substance in it. No poison at all. I'm probably gonna mess up the accents a lot more than I usually do by accident. In other words, the tea that the defendant brought with him to the victim's room. The tea that is in the clear. Oh, the tea. At first I was confused, like, why is he saying the tea is innocent? But then I remember it's like, there's no poison in it. I thought he was referring to the tea as a person. What a revelation! Okay, case closed. Can we go home? As I suspected. This makes it quite clear. The defendant, Mr. Soseki Natsume, is blameless. Excuse me? My learned friend is jumping to conclusions again. A typical neon pink reaction. Also, what? Are you gonna say he... What, are you gonna say Natsume brought brought two types of tea? Yes, it's true. No poison was found in the few drops of liquid recovered from the soap on the window ledge. But, what logic is that? Would you take a drop from the Thames and conclude that the water in the ocean isn't salty? My word, the water in the ocean is extremely salty, Counsel! What exactly are you getting at? Class number 1, here we go! Exactly. Unfit for drinking. Just as the victim's tea was on the night in question, as the court has already heard. I don't know if strychnine can just dissolve from drinking liquids. Bitter was a precise word from the lips of Mr. William Shakespeare. Whoosh! Whom the prosecution now calls back to the stand. God damn it. Not him! Very well, I will uphold the prosecution's request. Mr. Shakespeare. Yep, sounds like we're gonna have another confrontation with our theatrical friend. Is he gonna do his hoppity hop? Bailiff, show Mr. Shakespeare to the stand. Ugh. What's that forward body roll? Mr. William Shakespeare, the victim of this despicable crime. Oh heaven, oh hell, do you command me to remember? Forsooth, 'twas I, Shakespeare, did have a bellyful of the foul liquid given in mine innocence. Yes, but that was revealed yesterday's proceedings. The witness is not as innocent as we had perhaps first been led to believe. By using bars of soap such as this, he has been stealing gas from the supply company, yes? One may smile and smile, Twirl, and be a villain. Forsooth, 'twas I, Shakespeare, did have a room full of the sweet fuel given. Bee lady, can you come down here and thwack him? That's right, fellow Joes, don't forget. This man's a rotten thief! I haven't forgotten. Kept all that about the ice coins a tidy secret, didn't ya? You should have owned up sooner! Yes, get him! Get him! Arrest him, I say. Arrest him at once, and let him feel the sting of my tail. You don't have a tail! Oh, indeed. By dint of vile and cowardly means have I plotted to further mine own ends, I confess. Thou wouldst not pardon my sins, of that I am sure. If you acknowledge your wrongdoing, what exactly are you doing here? I poisoned myself! Cowards die many times before their deaths, and for a coward such as I, death will be well deserved. But would that it be a greater crime passeth unpunished. For lo, the hairy-faced gentleman of farther east than Verona did contrive to poison me! We just proved that he didn't have any!
Objection!
But there was no poison in the tea found there. The police have attested to that. What the defense would assert as an inconsistency will quickly be cleared up by the witness's testimony. Is that not so, Mr. Shakespeare? Hoppity hop, hoppity hop, hoppity hop. Verily, my liege, I would most gladly speak. Very well. Let the witness testify to explain this inconsistency. Tell the court why it is that poison apparently entered your body, though none was found in the tea. And stop hopping around! Buh. I'm not gonna do the voice during testimony. The Japanese man did come to my chamber with tea brewed in a pot. 'Twas in my cup alone that the wicked miscreant secretly poured his wicked Oh, are they trying to do the whole, like he had the strychnine in another bottle and the tea was perfectly fine, but after pouring it in the little teacups, he added a drop of it? Is that what we're getting at? Whilst feigning distraction in our debate, never did a drop of his own drink pass his lips. Wait. I guess he's right. Was it that the purple one was Shakespeare's, and maybe he didn't even pour tea out for himself at all? When he departed by and by, I did use the tea that remained in his cup to make my coins of ice. Clever, but thus 'tis no surprise that poison be not found in the tea I did pour into the mold of Okay, so what he's saying is he drank the tea that was pointed in his cup, while Natsume didn't have any. He left, and it's like, oh, leftover tea, pour. The poison was slipped into the cup after the tea had been poured. The normal way for poison to be administered. In my experience, you've been poisoned before? Quite. Otherwise, it would be disastrous if the poisoner were to mix up the cups, for instance. But no poison bottle was found at the scene. Because, quite simply, the nice sunrise outside the window took the bottle back to his own room. The absence of a vessel containing the poison only becomes problematic when considering suicide. I knew that. By now, it should be perfectly clear. A bar or two of cheap soap is wholly insufficient to wash the deep stains of guilt from the accused's hands. I'm wondering, did someone poison his wine at some point? Eek! Sirs, madams, 'tis true that I, Shamspeare, be a common thief of gas. Excuse me. Oh! There it is. I don't know, I was expecting this animation to appear, like, close to breaking down, but not so, like, the trial just started. But, listen here, ladies and gentlemen. How are you doing that? Oh! Wherefore would I lie? Verily, I have no cause. I have naught to lose. Well, I do declare. Thank you for your testimony, witness. Counsel, proceed with the cross-examination. Yes, my lord. Wait. Okay, so the tenant who used to have the room that Soseki is living in was a convicted murderer, so what if that convicted murderer is Shamspeare in disguise? Hold it! I understand that you were already acquainted with Mr. Natsume, is that correct? I know thee not, old man. Fall to thy prayers. Do I know thee, or know thee not? To be a good witness, or not to be a good witness? Methinks 'tis all I can know, that thy destiny mingles with mine. English! You lost me at the first beat. Zounds, sir! Thou must learn the English tongue afore thou turnst thy hand to lawyering. I did, but I must have missed the archaic Elizabethan lecture. Wait a minute, there was a Shakespeare lesson? Why did I skip class that day? Verily and in truth, 'twas a fine-flavored brew, though a drop of poison did barb its sweetness, as the thorn doth barb the sweet rose. What was the phrase? Shall a rose by any other name smell as sweet? That, dear friends, be the simple truth. Listen to Mr. Shamspeare. He seems in even better form than he was yesterday. I mean, he did spend the day at the hospital. Either that or I'm in worse form. That fated evening, after I did dine, at Grubb's Grubbery, a local alehouse of good report, naught did pass my lips but the tainted black tea. But behold! Wait a minute. Okay, keep hopping. I need to check something. Oh, that Grubb's Grubbery. Wasn't that where Olive was told to meet? Behold, the poison was not in the tea at first. Hoppity hop, hoppity hop. Hold it! Are you saying that you saw the moment when the poison was added to your tea? To have witnessed the act and then drank the tea? Thou dost describe the actions of a fool. Quite so, quite so. But no one likes going thirsty, do they? Sooner would I die quenched than parched. Would I have the choice? Actually, on the night in question, the water main was frozen. Were it not for the tea, in sooth I would sooner have died frozen than quenched or parched. You're changing your testimony after I brought up the fact? Right. No ice coins means no heating. The witness had more than one brush with death on the night in question, it would seem. Remind the courts, Mr. Shamspeare, as to whether the accused drank any of the tea which he brought with him. With The greatest of pleasure, my liege.
Hold it!
But the teacup Mr. Natsume drank from was found completely empty. Sorry, wasn't that the tea that he used for the coins? Let's not forget the defendant's maxim. Drink tea while it's hot! I did gulp from the poisoned cup that night, and in mine agony did I writhe uncontrolled. In fit of pain I did knock the fellow's cup and his contents spilt as blood from a gaping wound, methinks. Though certainly 'twas after I had made the coins of ice from his tea. An upset cup was found on the table that the victim had slumped over. There is no contradiction here. It's true, there was no tea left in either cup that we found at the scene. But still, something about this statement is troubling me. I know what it is! It's Mr. Natsume's what? I think it's this, but I don't know what, like, how. Like, unless we were assuming that... Hold up. I guess the question is whose cup was whose, because I think originally under the assumption the purple one was Shamspear and the green one was Natsume, but maybe it was the other way around? No, I'm not sure that's it. Thank you, witness. Now reiterate for the court whether this other cup occupied after your guest had left. The ice coins. Also, by the way his hand is, it looks like he's like making the 5 life points levitate.
Hold it!
Yeah, so that you could cheat the gas company. Isn't that right? To cheat. Or not to cheat. Or die. 'Tis life's only choice. Uh-huh. Faith, to cheat be the wise choice, and mine occupation be not an ugly one. Prithee, dost thou not see beauty in the simplicity of the ruse? No, I don't. And be very sure, sir, once this trial is over, Altamont Gas will take you to task over this legal task. I shall not run, I shall not hide. Why are you facing the doors then? Sooth to say, I have nowhere to run nor to hide. But my lady, what wouldst thou with this pitiful player? Oh, I'll tell you what I'd like to do with you. Starting with a shoddy shirt on your back. Would you like the Macbeth treatment or Titus Andronicus? 'Tis time for a Shakespeare dance! What a harsh world we live in. The thieving of the gas was addressed in yesterday's proceedings. The prosecution calls on the defense not to muddy the waters with irrelevancy. Consider that a warning, counsel. Okay. Why am I the one in trouble here? Mr. Shamspear, after the accused returned to his own lodgings, you used this tea to make your coins. Is that correct? To cheat or to... You already said this! Oh, I did make my choice many moons ago.
Hold it!
If, having first made your special coins, it was after 2 in the morning when you collapsed, that would mean you can't have drunk any tea yourself until around that time. Once ensnared by literary debate, naught else be found in the furrows of the mind. The debate... The pro wrestling Romeo and Juliet. Was it? I don't know, for some reason, like, because of that small space, it would have been Romeo versus Juliet, Rage in the Cage, or Hell in a Cell. It was the stronger of the two. Rightly did I pay no heed to the tea as I wrestled with the abominable fellow. I don't remember debates like that when I was studying. Welcome to Debate Club, bring your boxing gloves. Are you suggesting that neither of you actually drank the tea whilst it was hot that evening? My lord, wouldst thou be privy to some Shakespearean wisdom? Husband, wife, and tea, ought I tepid be? Ah yes, so very true. Everyone has different preferences when it comes to tea. I think you might have interpreted that wrongly. Okay, so it's been proven that there was no poison in the tea. That should be in our favor. But the atmosphere in this courtroom today... It's a racist one! It feels as though everyone is against us, Mr. Naruhodo. It must be the Reaper's poison. I'm afraid that we don't find a significant flaw in this testimony somewhere. The jury will pounce and find Mr. Natsume guilty, even though the Alright, because it was like, I poured your cup, now let me just add a little extra. It really feels like we jumped into the fire here. Probably get... Okay. I'm gonna do this... I feel like I need to present the teacups on either this statement or this one.
Objection!
Oh! You claim that Mr. Natsume didn't drink a drop of tea on the night in question. But that's impossible. Ho ho ho, Chop Logic. Chop Logic? Sorry, hold on. Let me grab my phone. What is Chop Logic a logic thing or an insult name? Argue in a tiresome, pedantic way. Oh. So it is sort of... So it is a... I don't know, like, another name for bad logic. You darky-clad fiend. The two teacups from the scene, one used by the victim and the other by the defendant, have a clear difference between them. One that represents incontrovertible proof. Incontrovertible? What difference? Look at the inside of the cups. Just here. There's a clearly visible ring. Yes, a tea ring. Commonplace enough. Indeed, such things occur all too readily when one leaves tea in the cup for a while. Okay, that explains a lot, cause sometimes when I have tea, like green tea, it leaves a little ring, and I get worried it stains the cup a bit. But then it washes off. Like, it happens every time. I see the ring pops as like, crap, crap, that's not gonna come off, is it? But then it does. And yet, Mr. Natsume's cup has no such ring. Oh lord, you're right, it's completely clean. And prithee, sir, what makest thou of it? Exactly what Mr. Natsume told the court yesterday. The Japanese saying he quoted, "Drink tea while it's hot." That's right. Yup. The jittery Mr. Natsume was true to his usual self that night and drank his tea in no time. He chugged it and burned his throat. Oh, well, that's a new face. Oh! If, as you claim in your testimony, he didn't touch a drop of his tea, a ring would have developed on the inside of his cup as well, after the several hours the tea was left standing. In short, Mr. Shakespeare, you clearly lied to the court. Perjury! Get thee to a nunnery! Get thee some bitches! Glass number 2. As a rule, I fill my hollow chalice up to 7 times during any one trial. Because you keep throwing it! You might want to keep that information to yourself. Did he just chug it? Yet on occasion, tedium distracts me and I pour more times than I intended until the bottle is dry. Your drinking habits are fascinating, but why? On the contrary, they illustrate the fickleness of human memory. To William Shakespeare. Yes, my liege. Though you previously stated that you made the coins of ice from the leftover tea in the accused cup. Could it be that you were perhaps mistaken? Glass number 2? Could it be that, yes, perhaps there was some tea remaining in the small teapot left at the scene? I don't remember there being a teapot. Also, glass number 2's gone. A fact that had vanished from your memory until now. Are you implanting memories? Faith, my liege, thou art a magician! Oh, fuck you. Also, I don't remember there being a teapot. Unless there actually was one and I didn't see it. Well, verily, 'tis as though thou hast seen with thine own eyes that night. Wait. Forsooth, I was mistook. I did plan to use the tea from the Japanese fellow's cup, but lo, when I looked, 'twas empty. And thus did I use the dregs that festered in the teapot, as my liege did suggest.
Objection.
And you've just suddenly remembered now? Are we supposed to believe that?
Objection.
People's memories are imperfect, my learned friend, which is why we rely on evidence instead. But in any case, it makes no difference. The victim's most recent testimony tells us 2 things of note. Firstly, that the poison was put into the victim's teacup only. And secondly, that his spoiled cup was not the source of the insipid ice coins that have bewitched this court. The prosecution makes a fine summary of the facts. No, they didn't! Furthermore, that testimony remains valid and in full support of the established facts. In other words... stripping! The inconsistency claimed by the defense simply does not exist. What does this mean then? I do declare it means there's no issue with the gas thief's testimony. Apart from the bit about thieving gas, obviously. My lords, ladies, and gentlemen of the jury, I do solemnly swear, after I did dine at Grubbery's alehouse that night, naught did pass my lips, but the black tea given me by the Japanese, who back me stooped as low as death. And on what did you dine, sir? Oh, I wanted to dine, sir. Why, I did partake in my favorites. A broth as was be called soup, and a leaf as was be called salad. Just one leaf. It's that meme. As insalubrious a menu as the establishment where it was served. But you gods will give us some faults to make us men. Willingly would I suffer what punishment 'tis seen fit to serve a wicked thief of gas. But I pray you, wise and noble fellows, never forget that simple truth. Hoppity hop. That be one thing and this another. Are you trying to be a JoJo? Oh shit. Jurors all, your humble servant Shakespeare doth entreat you. Punish the Japanese fellow for his sins. My lord! Oh, no, that's not him. I thought that was Shakespeare. Also, I swear to God, if you guys vote guilty. Yes, Mr. Foreman. I believe, God damn it. I believe we may have been duped by the rotten defense lawyer. Me? I do declare you may be right. We all know the wife there was making coins of ice to keep himself warm. But his lawyer last said if he's stealing gas, he deserves a dose of What? I didn't say shit! He's been leading us up the garden path, that's what he's been doing. I really never said anything like that. But what we just heard from the victim now has opened our eyes again. We've reached a decision this time, and we won't be swayed from it. Will B-Lady agree with them? The court acknowledges the position of the jury foreman, and will duly hear the jury's findings. What? No, you can't! Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you will state your decisions now. Guilty, 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 guilty! Let me thwack him first.
Guilty!
Guilty.
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 Now!
Guilty!
I thought she'd be on my side! I hereby declare the jury to be in on accord. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day, and stop your wiggle wiggle. How is this happening? My lord, the defense asserts its right to carry out a summation examination. Very well. The court upholds the defense's right. Typical. My learned friend is unable to accept the obvious truth. This trial will therefore enter its second summation examination immediately. Judge, the court calls upon each of you to state the grounds upon which you find the defendant guilty of the crime. Seriously, B-Lady, I thought you would be on my side, like being extremely suspicious of this dude. I'm a man of logic, me, and having considered all of the evidence, the defendant must logically be guilty. I do agree that the gas is far too expensive. I can quite understand why the man would want to avoid paying. Don't let the B-Lady hear you say that. The stuff explodes and it can poison you. It's absolutely lethal, gas is. Gas doesn't come for free. It costs a fortune to deliver it around the city and maintain the pipes. Truth be told, the tea my wife serves up for me is a little sketchy at times. What does that have to do with anything? If nothing else passed the victim's lips that night, there's no other explanation, is there? Unless you started eating candles. I do feel that perhaps personal opinion about gas and its suppliers influenced decisions somewhat, you think? But never mind. Never mind! Really, you should mind. The truth is, our counter-argument wasn't as unassailable as we'd hoped. And Mr. Shakespeare was poisoned. There could be no doubt of that. How are we supposed to turn this around? I think we need to establish the method by which Mr. Shakespeare was actually poisoned. Our only hope is to demonstrate that to the court, incontrovertibly. Hold on, let me... Ingestion, so it was in the stomach. Because I was wondering if it was some sort of gas version of strychnine and he breathed it in, but then it would probably have been found in the lungs. If we don't manage it though, Mr. Natsume will be found guilty. And who's gonna take care of Wakahai? No delays, counsel. Proceed with the summation examination. Close your mouth before flies get in there. Before that. Wait, wrong button. I'm gonna press all of them. All the evidence, you say? That's right, and there's no room for doubt. It's all pointing out at that Japanese man with a big mustache. You have a big mustache, says the Englishman with a bigger mustache. Which means we need to show the man some new evidence to make him change his mind. If only we had that kind of evidence. Don't worry, the summation examination has barely started. Perhaps there'll be a shift in the situation. Let's hope so. To start with, though, I need to find some way out of this deadlock.
Hold it!
This isn't the time or place to be discussing the price of gas! No, we are in modern-day America, however. But really, think of the injustice. Air is southern. I sell propane and propane. Air is a gas and air is free. Why should Altamont gas cost money? It makes my blood boil. I can feel myself becoming more ruthless than ever. This isn't the time or the place. If I might interject here. Yes, ma'am? It seems my fellow juror takes issue with the price our company charges for gas. Are they gonna fight each other, like jump out of their chairs and claw each other's eyes out? Or peck with the umbrella? But it's precisely because of thieves like this man that the cost goes up. Ew, what a beastly man. That unkempt mustache, those hunched... That's not... The latter is the blonde. Wait, Mr. Natsume isn't the one who's been stealing gas. I'll thank you not to go on adding more crimes. Mr. Natsume hasn't been poisoning tea either. Well, anyway, I've made up my mind. It's as made up as the price of gas. Imaginary? Like she said made up, so it could be like imaginary, right?
Hold it!
Could we please talk about the poison rather than the gas? Well, if you like. I mean, to be honest, I'll take poison over gas every time. What? What I mean is, poison can only poison you. It doesn't explode, don't it? Okay, so you're saying poison would cause fewer casualties. Goodness me, what are you talking about? Set him straight, please, lawyer man. Well, it's certainly true that poison isn't prone to exploding. But I think you'll find poison also can't light or heat up a room. Ah! You're right! I hadn't considered that at all! Did that work? Young lawyer man. Yes! You have a good head on your shoulders. We could use someone like you as our company's legal representative. I was expecting to pick up more business in the middle of a trial. Anyway, the point is, I haven't had the best experience with gas companies in the past. I keep expecting her umbrella to point at the other guy, or just like, miss, you're poking my ear.
Hold it!
Can we please refrain from all this gas talk? There's an all-out attack underway here, in case you hadn't noticed, against my company's gas. And I'm supposed to sit here and take it, am I? I don't think so. She's really buzzing now. Get it? Bees? All I've heard about our wonderful fuel is explosions and poisonings. What about electricity, What about getting electrocuted? What about that? A little explosion here and there is nothing in comparison. Any explosion could hardly be described as nothing, ma'am. Nevertheless, the theft of your gas is deplorable. My point exactly. But the gas thieves aren't even the worst of our enemies. We have far more devious reprobates to contend with on a daily basis, you know. More devious? Who? Other gas Other gas companies? Not what I was expecting. We generate gas and we deliver it to our customers fair and square. Indeed, nobody is questioning that, ma'am. Altamont is an exemplary gas company. But there are other unscrupulous gas companies here in London that don't even have any gas at all. What? Huh? Exactly! How do you sell something you don't have? You wouldn't think it possible, would you? But they steal our gas, you see, and sell that. You think gas companies can do that? Our nerds are certain impossible. Gas companies like ours deliver gas to people's homes via a network of pipes. But these devious reprobates secretly disconnect our pipes and divert our gas into their own. Okay, that makes a bit more sense, but wouldn't that require a lot of digging? Considering these pipes would be underground. Then they make a contract with the household supplied by those pipes, and take money for the precious gas that's rightfully ours, without us even knowing. They're diverting gas into their own pipes. What a brazen form of theft! When we visit customers' houses to collect the money from the meters, we always have to check whether or not one of these devious companies has been up to us. Excuse me? Sir? Either you're one of those dudes, or you're like, ha ha, bee lady's losing money.
Excuse me.
Do you have something to add, juror number 3? Oh, golly, you mean me? I'm terribly sorry. I was just thinking to myself. Also, his voice sounded nasally, so I guess I really did catch him off guard. Think about what the lady next to you was saying, right? Nasal and British, nasal and British.
Well, yes. I just got a little roiled up about it recently, you see.
I don't know if I'm doing it right. Go on.
An old monk gas worker visited my house the other day to investigate the pipe work.
Alright.
We need to ask you for your cooperation while we carry out a secret check of your property, sir, the fellow said. So I let him. And do you know what he said?
No clue. Tell us.
He proceeded to tell one of my lights off the wall. He grabbed the exposed mouth of the pipe and started blowing into it.
What do you think you're doing, young man? You're giving away company secrets there.
Oh, please. Everybody knows. But it was very nearly the death of me, I can tell you.
What do you mean? I'll explain if you don't mind. As I said before, these unscrupulous other gas companies connect their customers to our pipe network. Yes, but how does blowing into the pipes come into it? I'm guessing it's blowing the gas, either they're getting high on the excess gas, or sort of like, okay, we disconnected and we gotta get rid of this excess gas. Something like that. Obviously there's gas in the pipes, and it's at a fairly low pressure. By blowing air through the pipe, you can make the pressure drop temporarily. And if you do that, any lights connected to the same pipe will flicker for a moment.
Oh, shit. In other words, if upon blowing into the pipe, the lights of an adjacent property that has no contract to your company flicker, you can know that these devious scoundrels have been meddling with the pipes.
Exactly, my lord. That's it in a nutshell. A little bow is cute. It's the reason why we have teams of workers going around neighborhoods to investigate which lights flicker.
The trouble is, a particular worker who came to my house didn't know the strength of his own breath. He blew down the pipe with all his might. He guess what happened, can't ya?
If he blew hard, then all the lights went out.
That's right.
Oh my god.
The lights didn't just flicker, they went out, along with the stove. Gas started pouring in the house.
Wow. The gas supply must have been briefly interrupted because the man blew too hard, so the flames went... I'll huff and puff and blow your gas out.
I'm afraid I yelled at the fella. Are you trying to kill us all? I said.
So by disconnecting a lamp and blowing into the exposed gas pipe, it's possible to extinguish lamps and stoves connected to the same network of pipes. And then when the gas starts flowing again, it just silently seeps into the room. Mr. Naruhodo, I think perhaps... Yeah, this is almost certainly the clue that we've been hoping for. I'm dumb, how? The defense requests that you amend your statement to include that information.
Oh, well, if you like, I don't mind.
Well, I do. That's our company's secret method of identifying the rogues that try to diddle us.
Like I said, man, it's widely known already.
Well, juror number 3, amend your statement accordingly.
Yes, my lord, although I'm not really sure what the point of all this is.
Blow too hard in the gas pipe to extinguish everything in the house. What are we doing with that knowledge?
Hold it!
You mean it's poisoned?
That's right. It happened a tiny few times now. This is most troubling indeed. It's always days like this one when I don't get any wages. I'll get in at tea time, see? And I see her doing it. My wife. She gets that devilish look on her face, and she slips some white powder into my cup.
You sure it's not sugar? And you drink it anyway?
I was brought up proper, I was. If someone gives you a cuppa, you drink it.
Is cuppa a British thing? What happened? He's alive!
It was god awful, believe you me.
Oh, with salt. Okay.
Salty as hell.
I've heard of switching sugar with salt for April Fool's jokes. So maybe that's what it was, a prank? Excuse me. Then I think perhaps while your wife put in your tea was salt.
No! So, she doesn't even care to poison me properly, eh?
That's the issue here.
Let's move on, please.
Thank you.
Hold it!
Does that mean that if the victim could be shown to have ingested something else, you change your leaning?
Oh, sorry. What's that now?
Oh, I said if the victim did actually eat or drink something else on the night.
What's the matter with you?
Eh?
I said if nothing else passed the victim's lips that night, there's no other explanation, is there? Haven't you been listening to me at all?
Yes. I know there's an English expression about a pot and a kettle. Hello, pot. I'm kettle. You're black. Compared to the other jurors who don't even appear to have anything to say about the case at all. It would seem that this elderly gentleman has been listening to the proceedings far more intently. I suppose. Trouble is, he has selective hearing? Most likely. Still, this juror may well be the key to the breakthrough we so desperately need. This is hopeless. There's no way for me to appeal to these people. I do think that the only way we shall overcome this difficult situation is by exposing the way in which Mr. Shamspeare was really poisoned. Strychnine gas? We have to prove that it happened some other way and not via Mr. Natsume's tea. Yes, I know. The trouble is... How? Mr. Naruhodo, I wonder if perhaps there's something you might have forgotten. Like? Pursue people, they react to something someone says. I remember that. Once again, Soseki-san's fate is entirely in my hands here. I probably owe it to my client to hear any advice my assistant may be able to offer. I already did it earlier. Actually, I don't think there's any need. It's vital that we start trying to change these jurors' mind as soon as possible. Of course, I'm sure you're right. But if you decide you would like to get your memory refreshed, you need only ask. Okay. This is probably gonna get... I don't know if this is gonna get me anywhere, but... What if I... press? When you say extinguish everything in the house, do you mean even on different floors? Oh, right.
Oh yes, all floors are connected to the same pipe after all.
That's true of every building. Because gas supply contracts are issued for whole properties. Well, I had no idea that it was possible to extinguish gas appliances simply by blowing down the pipe. It's not something we like to publicize, to be honest. But we have to carry out these investigations, as I'm sure you can appreciate.
Indeed, it has been mentioned on more than one occasion in the papers even.
Is that so? It's been mentioned to me too, very recently. extinguish gas appliance simply blowing down the pipe. We have to carry out these investigations, I'm sure you can appreciate. An incident involving the gas stove going out. Ooh, hold on. Was it that the stove went out and he died of... crap, I can't remember. It's not a little... I think perhaps... Yep, it's finally starting to fall into place. The secret link that joins all of these strange occurrences. Shiangi! Go back! I feel like it's Grandpa, but I'm worried I might be wrong.
Objection.
Never mind. Those two statements clearly contradict each other.
Good gracious! To her statements!
Juror number 6, did you hear what juror number 3 just said?
Oh, of course! I heard him mumbling about something or other.
There is another explanation here, I believe. Something besides Mr. Natsume's tea did, in a matter of speaking, pass the victim's lips on the night in question. Okay, I know that's gas, but the medical report said ingested. Doesn't that mean he, swallowed something? Or is ingest, synonymous with breathing?
What explanation?
I wonder. Did the police check the mouth of the gas pipe feeding the wall light at the scene? To see if there were any traces of poison there? Wait. Are you suggesting Shakespeare was blowing on the pipes? Which is not a euphemism in this case, and there was strychnine on it? I was curious to see what your floundering would result in at this time, but the mouth of a gas pipe? Scotland Yard has enough to do without exploring such irrelevance. Excuse me? What are you
What a piece of work is a man!
What are you trying to say, Mr. Shakespeare?
What speakest thou? Prithee, is it not strange and strange?
Stop hippity hopping!
That is what I say to thee, sir!
I thought I'd been quite clear, but let me put it another way. The strychnine could have been found on the mouth of the gas pipe that feeds the wall lamp in your room. And that is how the poison came to enter your body. Oh, so after putting in some fake coins for gas, he took the pipe and went and put it back in?
Good lord! Are they tasty then, gas pipes? Is that what he's saying?
Or is the gentleman suggesting that the poor man was so desperately hungry he tried to fill his belly with gas? Well, he'd fart a lot. Perhaps no actress would perform a kiss scene with him then.
For shame, madam. 'Tis speaking thy fancy.
I wouldn't kiss him either.
I assure you, I'm not a buffoon that I have to kiss pipes.
Objection.
Class number 3. This is no summation examination. This is a kangaroo court. The prosecution will not stand for any more of my learned, not tying Boy Scout lesson friend conjecture. To begin with, the lamp in the victim's room is high on the wall. In order to have placed his lips to the pipe that feeds it, he would have to be a contortionist. Actually, oh yeah. So that was, I remember there was a box there, so maybe he was stepping on as a stepping stool, like unscrewing the gas lamp going, and then just doing it. Hence why there's all those handprints. These are empty assertions. Glass number 4. There's no possible proof the man did as you say.
Objection.
It's true, I have no proof that Mr. Shamster put his lips to the pipe. However, I can say with some certainty that on multiple occasions, he's thinking what I'm thinking. Mr. Shamster has been doing something in front of that lamp on his wall.
Yep. And I have evidence to prove it!
Alright, you got our attention, lad. I'd like to see how you can be so sure of yourself.
So would I. Let's see this evidence then.
Now that I've got the jury's ear, I need to make this opportunity count. This is the proof that, time and time again, Mr. Shamspeare stood in front of his gas lamp.
Take that!
Has to be.
What the?
These are... wait, what are they called? Yes, skin prints that were found at the scene.
Skin prints, counsel? I've never heard of such things. The Justice Ministry is currently assessing whether or not to permit fingerprints as evidence in court, however.
Please do, but be very careful with fingerprints, please. My lord, this is an exciting new forensic technique developed by the great detective, Mr. Herlock Sholmes. It reveals all of the places that Mr. Shamspeare touched in his room. What if we sprayed it on this person? Like all over him and his clothes. See where and just see it, the handprints on his hat and his, like, in that staff.
I've never seen anything like it. I mean, that's black magic, ain't it? Oh, well, if anyone could invent something like this, it's that great Sholmes fella, that's for sure.
I love that little curtsy. I agree. This month's edition of Engineering Thumbs was quite fascinating. We found skin prints in many places that you would expect. On the table, on the costumes, and the wall. However, Mr. Shamspeare also appears to have been touching some very unexpected places in his room. For example, here. Around the hanging picture there.
Oh, around the hanging picture there? Indeed, multiple handprints appear to be visible.
Look what's above it!
Well, I wonder. Could he have been appreciating the artwork, perhaps?
At first, my colleague and I thought the same. However, imagine standing with your hands where those prints are.
I'm not tall enough to do that.
And you would find yourself directly in front of...
In front of... Oh!
I don't believe it. The gas lamp. Though the reason why isn't immediately obvious, it's clear that Mr. Shamspeare has regularly been standing with his hands to the wall in front of that lamp.
Roy, what have you been up to, you nut?
I'd ask the court to recall juror number 4's earlier statement. Me? What did I say? You said that blowing into a gas pipe would make the lights in the entire building flicker. And now, if you'll recall juror number 3's statement...
What? Me now?
When the gas worker who visited his home blew with too much force into the pipe, it caused all of the lights in the gas stove to go out, and gas to start leaking into those rooms. God, I know nothing about gas, but imagine if we still had to do it like that today. God, I hope that isn't how it's done today. Like, with like instead of actually having to possibly breathe it in, we just have some sort of tool. Obviously, that incident was an accident. However, the simple fact is... if Mr. Shamspeare would have blown hard into the gas pipe here in this room, I got a weirder image of, like, what? That little knob, what if it's been, like... the knob, which I assume is, like, the on and off. If Mr. Shamspeare were to have blown hard enough into the gas pipe here in this room, he could have extinguished every other light and gas stove in the building at will.
Crikey!
Are you suggesting that the man purposefully caused the gas to...
Objection!
Are we on glass number 5? Whilst I acknowledge that the prosecution is required to remain silent during a summation examination, please do! Shut your hole! I must toast my learned friend's utter disregard for the letter of the law.
Or just a reading of this, Lord Van Zeeks.
This curious photograph, or whatever it is, presented by the defense, the so-called skin prints, clearly, that cannot be accepted as any form of usable evidence. Usable evidence in this case.
But it's an exciting new forensic technique developed by a great detective.
Class number 5. It's nothing. A mere toy developed by an amateur sleuth with too much time on his hands.
Certainly, even research of this nature by the esteemed Mr. Shelves cannot be recognized by the court as formal evidence.
Fuck. Please, my lord, if I may. Susato? It was not the defense's intention to submit the skin prints as formal evidence. We merely wish to present the results of the great detective's investigation of the scene. As a tool by which to explain a possibility to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury. Are you saying, okay, this isn't evidence, we just wanted to do a little ta-da, here's a demonstration? And if the trial were to come to an end now, we should never learn the truth behind these mysterious handprints that everyone has now seen. Oh! Okay, that's clever. Where it's like we've already shown everyone this, and like now that everyone's seen what these handprints are, we can't just leave it.
Alright. Whether those strange handprints are significant or not, it's down to us to decide.
Juror number 3?
Oh yes, I do declare the great detective's investigation results sound absolutely fascinating.
Dang, Susato rolled a nat 20 on persuasion.
Now I want to hear what that shady actor fella had to say about those shady handprints.
What's the matter with you two? That was foolhardy.
Well, I did say, didn't I? And I don't like to break a promise.
No, wait! Yet his lordship is not fair to command it. Too late. Oh, well done, Mr. Naruhodo. No, hey, you did all that. You were really cool there. If just one more juror changes his or her mind, Mr. Natsume's trial will have to continue. Thank you so much. Oh no, it was you who identified the clue after all. This is very much your success. Oh, he's sweating. Why, Mr. Shamspear? You seem to be losing your composure. Just one more juror, Mr. Naruhodo. You can do it!
Well, continue, counsel.
Has anyone say anything new? Now, logic and having considered all the evidence, the defendant must be logically guilty. Ugh, this is hopeless. Oh yeah, I've already seen this. How do I press them again? Or will they say the same thing over and over again? No need.
Hold it!
All the evidence, you say?
That's right.
And wait, did I already? Oh, I already have it. Oh god, it's a repeat! Oh, this might be new. The defense just demonstrated another possible explanation for the events on the night in question. What do you make of that?
What, your so-called skin prints?
It's an exciting new forensic investigation technique developed by the great detective himself. The numerous handprints on the wall are clearly out of the ordinary. And if Mr. Shamspeare had indeed put his mouth to the gas pipe on the night in question, he's been making out with it! It can't be denied there's a possibility that's where the poison was. Strychnine? Okay, I'm curious. Hold on. Like, I know strychnine is used in rat poison, but and it used to be used in medicine until it wasn't. But come on, let me see. White odorless crystalline powder. That part I knew about. Primary source of strychnine is the plant Strychnos nux vomica. Interesting. I wonder if vomica is from it makes you sick, like makes you vomit. Uncommonly, strychnine is found mixed with street drugs such as LSD, heroin, and cocaine? Really? Okay, so exposure to strychnine either in water, food, absorb strychnine through the membranes in the nose, eyes, or mouth, inhaling, smoked or snorted, intravenously through the nose. Sorry, I'm trying to what? Why would it be? Like what? Okay. Okay, I'm seeing something about strychnine gas lamps. Sorry, I'm kind of curious to see where this is going. Color. Detective curse. Benefit to Victorian era physicians believe strychnine had maintained stamina. Come on, why would there be strychnine on a pipe? Sorry, I'm checking Wikipedia, but it's a bit of a long article, especially on mobile. First out, ancient India, the tree, structure, performance enhancer. Where is it? It was also used during World War II? Against civilian population, oh my god. Where is... Come on! It doesn't... Okay, you know what, screw it. Maybe he was snorting opium, I don't know. And maybe he was snorting opium and someone mixed it with strychnine. I don't know how to explain it in my mind. But as the prosecution rightly says, we should pay no heed to unacceptable forms of evidence. And besides... Yes? Even if the fella had been up to some mischief with a gas pipe dozens of times before, it don't mean he got up to the same shenanigans on the night in question, does it? If you can't make your case any better than that, I'm afraid I can't change my stance. God damn it, no! Do not change your... Do not change your flag, I just got it! No, 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 no! No, wait! Look, you got your chance here, haven't you? So it's time to prove your point. If you and your Japanese cohorts can, that is. Can you and your English cohorts can? Just leave our nationality out of this, please. Mr. Naruhodo, if we can't substantiate our position, I'm afraid the jurors that changed their minds before may very well change them back. Shit! Can I show that Mr. Shamsi really did blow down the gas pipe on that question? Ah. Should I maybe should press the I feel maybe I should press B, lady. Well, I'm not in a position to prove it yet. I don't feel I would stump you, Japanese. Hey, we are capable of independent thought, you know. I think we need to gather some more material to bolster our position. Yeah, that's what I was trying to imply by saying we can't prove it yet. Thank you, counsel. On with the examination, please. Good. Stay in, not guilty.
Hold it!
Doing this again. Okay, what if I don't pursue that one guy? Yeah, blah 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 blah. Is this new? It seems unbelievable to you, but it's happening all the time right here in the capital. It's very difficult selling something you can't... Oh. It's very difficult selling something you can't see, you know. Very difficult indeed. Thank you, that will do! Fuck! I concur. Though my learned friend wishes to become an expert in gas, I believe the subject will suit him well. To your new career in nothingness. Thanks! Okay. I was worried this was going to end the summation and it was game over. What does this tell me?
Hold it!
All it tells me about is... All it tells me is salt. doing? We're the ones who decide the evidence is worthy of consideration, not us, the jury. Do I have to pit one of the white flags with the guilty? Oh, I can't. Hold up. Pit press.
Objection!
Fuck! It's the same as our friendly odds. I failed! My lord, as foreman of the jury, I must object. Being the lead, it's my duty to stand up for all jurors here present, and stand up for them I will. Baker with the foreman, counsel, I warn you. Shut up! Pettifoggery? To leave I thought I did. That's what I'm trying to figure out. I got 3, but they go different directions. Comparing the different things before attempting to pit them. God damn it! I feel like I'm gonna start doing the whole picking doors unless I... Wait, do I have to press him again? No need, I'm good.
Hold it!
Second verse, same as the first. Okay, what have I got? I'm assuming he drank before, well, or not drank, but used the tea beforehand. Okay, I'm gonna try this one, and if it's wrong, I'm gonna try present evidence, which I am the most doubtful of. No, in truth, I don't have my evidence to support my theory. However, there is witness testimony that Oh! Garadeb!
Was that testimony?
It's
incredible. Whose testimony?
Yes, it's all connected. Everything's linked. A person whose testimony revealed details about gas in the Garadeb residence that night. Namely...
Take that!
Finally! Well, Mr. Wait, no! Am I wrong? I don't think he was listening. Ah! Okay, I'm worried about losing, like, all my points because I'm stuck, so... What if I... Okay, I thought John Garrett would be the pick, but no. What if... Like... Yeah, him?
Take that!
Oh thank god. Obviously, I'm talking about the defendant, Mr. Soseki Natsume.
The defendant?
At the very beginning of the proceedings here in court yesterday, Mr. Natsume said the following.
My lodgings! There's been a whole series of strange happenings in my lodgings! Even on that fateful night it happened, I returned from Mr. Shamspeare's room. I lit my gas stove and climbed into bed. Before long, the stove went out. And somebody tried to kill me!
On the night in question, the gas in the defendant's room went out. So I asked the court, was that a mere coincidence or not?
Good golly! So that's Shamspeare. Oh.
So that Shakespeare fellow blew that through the pipe to make the man's stove go out on purpose.
Maybe not. I don't know, maybe he was just trying to get air, clear so he could get the gas from the ice coins to work in his stove.
Now hold your horses there. What would he do that for?
Shamspeare, were you attempting murder? Mr. Foreman.
What, man?
We cannot allow judgment to be passed whilst this doubt remains. It's true that I don't have conclusive evidence yet. However, you must surely agree there is more to this case than meets the eye. Fair enough. Like I said at the outset, I'm a man of logic, first and foremost. Thank you. As for jurors leaning towards not guilty, we've overturned the decision. Therefore, the defense calls for the trial to continue. We doing this?
As the defense has rightfully indicated, the summation examination has concluded with the majority of jurors altering their decisions. 2 jury members now called guilty, 4 called not guilty. Therefore, the jury's opinion is conflicted, and in accordance with the law, I hereby order the continuation of this trial. Mr. William Shamspeare!
My lord, how can thy humble Shamspeare serve thee?
What say you in response to these various revelations?
So God meant me, I do solemnly swear. I recall aught of either the lamp or the pipe.
But your handprints have been a tidy mess all over the wall there. How do you explain that, eh?
Glass, wine bottle. I'm gonna count the wine bottle as glass. Number 6.
I am done with this. The dignity of this great courtroom has been sullied enough already. Juror number 5.
Oh, mate!
As I went to some pains to point out already, a print from the self-professed detective's toy has no place in the British court of law.
Oh!
As such, whether or not this man did indeed stand before the gas lamp with his hands against the wall remains, at this time, an established conjecture. You would all do well to remember that.
Don't you dare change the flags!
The prosecution must concede that it would be extremely simple to verify.
Just order them out of the gas pipe feeding the lamp to be examined. There are traces of poison there.
Objection!
Or smooching there.
What appears to be extremely simple in my knitting a nice sweater friend's mind. You will recall that in order to check for the presence of poison in the tea, some remnants of tea were required.
Oh! I'm guessing testing for strychnine on pipes requires something similar or an extremely different take.
Therefore, it shouldn't be beyond your wit to imagine that, even if poison were to have been spread on the pipe, it would have completely evaporated by now, making any analysis impossible.
Yeah, I didn't think of it either.
In any case, Counsel, I fail to see what could possibly have motivated the man to do as you describe.
Unless I've rattled him enough. Shamspeare,
Please tell me I've riled you enough to start screaming and, like, spill the truth.
Why on earth would this fellow have wanted to blow air to the gas pipe where he lived?
Maybe he's in love with the pipes. There's only one possibility that I can think of. And that is to use the leaking gas to commit murder.
What? Counsel, precisely whose life do you propose this man was plotting to end?
The answer couldn't be simpler. Now we've unraveled the mystery this far. Mr. Shamspear wanted to end the life of... My assistant! I mean, it has to be, right?
Take that!
If a gas lamp were to go out, it would be noticed immediately. But a gas stove, on the other hand, could be silently extinguished by the killer without anyone noticing.
I live around those parts myself, so I know what it's like. I can tell you, trying to sleep without the stove lit is pretty much suicide. You freeze again!
Mr. Garadeb, the landlord, has a large fireplace in his part of the residence, on the top floor. In other words, it wasn't the landlord, but a fellow lodger whose life Mr. Shamspear was trying to end. That's a pretty roundabout way of going. Then again, it was ye olden times.
Outrageous!
I'm talking, of course, about the defendant. Did you? Oh my god, did you want revenge because of the whole Romeo and Juliet hell in the cell? Mr. Natsume isn't the villain in this case. He's the victim this man was trying to murder.
Good gracious!
Objection!
The accused is actually the aggrieved? Interesting. However, the fundamental facts of the case remain unchanged. Namely, that the accused is the aggressor here. How can you still claim that? Let us indulge your fancies for a moment and assume that there was indeed poison on the mouth of the gas pipe. The question that then arises is who put it there. That's why I was looking it up earlier. Strychnine was used in lamps. I saw something along those lines, but I'm not sure I can verify it. Because it requires a YouTube video, and it might, like, I couldn't see the thumbnail, and I couldn't see a thumbnail, and it would have taken too much time. Who did put it there? The only logical conclusion is that the person responsible was aware of this man's trickery with the gas supply and his intent to kill.
Yes, that would indeed seem logical. If the assailants were unaware, how would he or she have known to lace the end of the gas pipe with poison?
So now we must ask, how could anyone have known of Mr. Shamspear's murderous designs? You mean to suggest... Naturally, the sole possible answer to that question couldn't be more obvious. Only the man whose life was being threatened could possibly have known. In other words, the person who put the poison on the gas pipe, but was a clear retaliatory attack. Can only have been the accused, Mr. Soseki Natsume. Question: If you're suggesting that Natsume was the one who put poison on the pipe, when and how? 'Cause Shamspear was in the room as well. Like, granted, he's a dit, but I think anyone would notice, like, if the visitor started toying around with the lamp. Oh no. Whatever Mr. William Shamspear may or may not have contrived to do, he was nevertheless the victim of a potentially lethal poison attack. And the only person who could possibly have perpetrated that attack is the accused, Mr. Natsume. No! The defense counsel's theorizing has failed to avert suspicion from the accused. Far from it. In fact, now that a clear motive for the poisoning has been successfully established, that suspicion is greater than ever. Would you not agree? My...
No, 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 friend. Don't you dare change your chairs! How do you manage to turn that around on me?
Mr. Naruto, you must respond. Otherwise, the members of the jury may very well change their leanings against us again.
We'll do a summation again!
And this may be our last chance to gain the advantage.
Me too. What advantage?
Well, it would seem that somebody put poison on the gas pipe in Mr. Shamspear's room. So we must name the person now and absolve Mr. Natsume of Wait a minute.
She did it.
In all seriousness, though, I was thinking, maybe either Garadiv might have, but not for poisoning. Maybe as strychnine could be used to like try to fix something, or didn't he mention earlier that he had to go in and check? Or maybe not. She didn't see it. Also, I just know as Queen Bee. You mean name the true culprit? I know it might sound impossible, but if we fail to do that, I have no doubt that Mr. Natsume's fate will be sealed. As it happens, one possible culprit does come to mind. The evidence, the poison, is all pointing to a particular person now.
I'm struggling to see it.
Okay, it all points... Okay, one of my guesses, I'm not sure if it's accurate, would be this dude, because he had to go inside. He had to have gone inside that apartment to sort of keep track of the meter, and it's like he's been trying to figure out how he's been stealing gas. So maybe that was one of those. I'm gonna put some stuff here and see what happens. Alternatively, it's a huge reach. Wait, hold on. Okay, not him. He's dead. This... But wait, that person was in a different room. Wait, hold on. The room that this capital offender was in, I believe it was Natsume's. So... Prosecution calls for the jury to consider their leanings again. I trust you'll make the correct choice this time, Mr. Foreman.
What? Oh, don't you worry. We know exactly what...
There is one other person who I believe could have been involved in all this. The true culprit of this crime.
The true culprit?
A term found only in second-rate novels featuring third-rate great detectives.
You're a third-rate novelist with a fourth-rate detective. Ow. Sorry. Stretch it? Oof.
My pot of greed, friend. why not? This farce has gone on for so long already. I see no reason to cut it short before its disappointing climax. Thank you. Tell us, my learned 9 o'clock friend, what is your latest theory? Who is this so-called true culprit of this crime?
I mean,
Fuck!
highly suspicious, I would say, yes? God damn it. I don't like my odds.
Okay, definitely not these three. She was in a hospital this whole time? What? It's you!
He has nothing to do with this, right? Oh god, I'm genuinely stuck. Okay, it's not him. He's... This dude's dead, so likely not. I'm literally... Okay, I'm genuinely stuck here, but I don't want to look it up. I want to figure it out myself. So...
Maybe in the objects.
It's not. I really don't think it's Garadeb because, like... What? Like, why would he want to... What reason would he have? Him? Come on! It has to... Like... Okay. I thought maybe him because it's like this... I don't know, like the whole, like maybe did intentionally poison himself to frame him, but apparently not. So he's a no-go. He's a no-go. She's a no-go. Gregson, I doubt, because he's the detective. She's been out cold for a while. He's the one accused. He's the prosecutor, and I'm pretty sure if I did this, he'd kill me. So it's either this dude who's never been brought up in court till now, or this feels wrong, but
Fuck it, you know what? Eh. Are you kidding? Wait a minute. You're joking, right? Like, I was just guessing there, but how? Like, granted she had strychnine poison, but like some strychnine that she snuck out of a medicine cabinet, but that was after the incident. So, what the crap is that? Why would she? How? Miss Olive Green.
Miss Olive Green? Miss Olive Green. I do feel as though I've heard that name in the recent past, Counsel. I don't recall
Miss Olive Green? The woman from 6 days ago? The victim in the recent case of stabbing on Briar Road? An incident for which Mr. Natsume was arrested, I hasten to add.
Yes, Miss Green. She was left comatose for some 3 days, I would think. But I heard she regained consciousness 2 days ago.
Wait. Crap, what? I'm trying to remember the timing, because I thought the poisoning took place while she was out cold. Didn't it? And I hardly need remind the court that Mr. Shamspeare's poisoning took place 3 days ago. Given that the woman was lying comatose in a hospital bed at the time, she appears to have a rather fine alibi. True, on the night that the incident occurred, Miss Green was in the hospital. Wait. Are you talking about the whole grub place that she was told to meet someone there? So on the face of it, it would seem she couldn't possibly be responsible. But still. My colleagues and I visited Miss Green in hospital yesterday. And we found her to be in possession of a bottle of poison. That's because she pulled it out of the medicine cabinet! Like, was it, like, a few hours before we showed up?
Good gracious, she had poison?
And there was another fact that links Miss Green to this case as well. The defense requests that she be brought to the witness stand in order to explain the details to the court.
Try to be Mr. Shamspeare.
My lord, pray what be thy bidding?
Are you acquainted with Miss Green?
No, never heard of her.
Judging by the look on Mr. Shamspeare's face, I think perhaps he generally doesn't know her. At least, not by name. As the voice of Her Majesty's prosecution here, I adhere to my word. We will see my learned... Knick-knack, paddywhack, give a dog a bone. I'm running out of words that start with N. Friends Foster to his conclusion. I appreciate that. The prosecution requests a short recess, my lord, in order to subpoena the witness and bring her here.
Yes, Miss Olive Green.
Indeed, my lord. 1 hour should be sufficient. I really don't see how this is... I could have sworn she got the poison, but, like, during her last hospital day, which was long before the whole strychnine... before the Shamspeare poisoning incident. Excellent, I hope.
The defense has made a most extraordinary accusation, I must say. But at the present time, I feel the prosecution's argument remains largely uncontested. Accordingly, I'm afraid the defendant and his culpability remain the sole subject of this court's attention. Thank you, counsels. We reconvene in 1 hour. Court is adjourned.
Naruhodo, you better know what you're doing.